Hello everybody, John12 back here again with another video, and today is obviously the complete opposite of Warner Brothers panel for Batman v Superman and Suicide Squad. Now, of course, it already passed, and I already gave my piece on what happened. Obviously, Warner Brothers killed it with Batman v Superman and Suicide Squad, and I already gave you my review for, Zack Snyder's Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice Comic-Con trailer, which is pretty much like almost 4 minutes long, which was amazing, and personally my favorite trailer that came out of Comic-Con so far this year, even though there was amazing trailers to go around for a lot of movies. But that being said, there were other trailers that came out that I'm going to be doing reviews for, and that's of course for Suicide Squad. Now, Suicide Squad came out prior to Warner Brothers, prior to Batman v Superman, and Batman v Superman, Warner Brothers officially released that trailer, but they didn't officially release the Suicide Squad trailer. So it took some time for us to really, for the people who did not get to see it at Comic-Con, who did not go to Comic-Con, but I did officially get to see the trailer through bootleg. Relatively pretty decent quality, so I pretty much got to see the entire trailer or teaser trailer footage that David Ayer showed at Comic-Con this year for Suicide Squad, the movie. That being said, this is going to be my official review for the film. Of course, seeing as how it's not official, I'm not going to be showing footage or images of the trailer in this video, of course. And obviously, if you've not seen the Suicide Squad Comic-Con 2015 trailer or teaser footage, whatever you want to call it, yet, definitely just go on the internet, do a little digging. I'm pretty sure you can find it somewhere. And that being said, let's just get right down into the Suicide Squad trailer. Now, first off, I have to give credit to David Ayer because a lot of people, as of late, have been giving him shit because of the whole, how publicly known Suicide Squad's been going down and how controversial his Joker is and, a whole bunch of other stuff like that. But I have to give him credit. He just came out like a pimp and just, started talking a whole bunch of shit in a good way and just gave us a trailer, which I completely wasn't even expecting. I really didn't think, I was hoping that they would show some type of footage, but I didn't know they would be able to shoot that much. I know they've been shooting like crazy over at Toronto, but I didn't know they were going to show this much footage. And the footage they showed looked really awesome. I really wasn't expecting Suicide Squad to look this good, and it looks pretty badass. Now, of course, if you've read the description of the trailer, then this is not going to be a surprise. I'm not going to be spoiling anything if you've already read this description. But of course, if you've not read the description or have not seen any bootleg footage of the trailer, this review may contain spoilers. But that being said, let's get right down to it. Of course, the trailer starts off with Amanda Waller sitting in a diner or some kind of restaurant, eating dinner, discussing the Suicide Squad or Task Force X with a couple of generals. And then after that, it cues into some, I want to say possibly Arkham Asylum or some kind of prison where we get to see the various characters of Suicide Squad like Deadshot and Harley Quinn and what have you, which looks pretty badass and awesome and sexy at the same time. But that was something that I was obviously not surprised by. But that being said, we move into her discussing that she's finally found the right candidates for her Task Force X, and she basically makes a statement that if we use them and if shit hits the fan and it becomes publicly known that they screwed up, then we just blame everything on them. So essentially, that's kind of the general gist of what she's planning to do with the Suicide Squad, which is really not really known. We don't really know exactly the missions that Suicide Squad has planned for this movie. It's obviously has to be Joker related, but we don't really know. That's kind of like the main thing with this movie. We don't really know the missions that they're going on. All we know is that it involves all these characters coming together and lots of bullets and firearms. But that being said, we get the entire squad. We get a whole bunch of really good mission shots of them doing shit. Harley Quinn does awesome stuff. Deadshot's killing it. Captain Boomerang's doing some stuff. You know, Slipknot does some stuff. You see El Diablo, a couple shots of El Diablo, Killer Croc, Enchantress, a little bit sleeping in a swamp or what have you. And then it just transitions into various other montages of, battles we would expect. You see Harley Quinn kind of doing a lot of real crazy cool stuff. We get to see that really awesome, real good footage of the Cephos we saw of Batman on the Joker mobile, if you will, with Harley Quinn in it, and which was awesome. I wish we could have seen more of that, but just various other montage. It was basically after the initial talking and footage we get in the beginning. The majority of the teaser trailer is just a montage of just various action sequences, battles, and just the Suicide Squad doing stuff. And of course, we come to the end of the teaser trailer, which is essentially very Joker heavy, and we get to see our first ever legit teaser footage of Jared Leto's Joker in action, which kills. It's so freaking good. If there was one complaint I can say is that he wasn't in it enough, and I'm really sad that Jared Leto didn't go to Comic-Con this year. I mean, granted, the entire cast showed up at Comic-Con this year, which was awesome. They said their piece a little bit, showed the footage, pretty much dropped the mic and got the fuck out of there. But I really wish Jared Leto was there because because he's probably the number one actor in this movie that's been getting the most shit and most controversy because of how he looks, and he fucking killed. I actually legitimately think he killed because at the end of the day, you already know my personal thoughts. I already said my piece on the look of this Joker, and I don't love it. And coming from a hardcore Joker fan, that kind of kills me inside. But I did state multiple times in prior videos that going into this movie, you can't look at Jared Leto's Joker the same way you did with prior Jokers or even the comic book Joker. You have to just look at it as this interpretation in this universe, and you only have to look at the performance out of anything. If you don't like the look of the Joker, the only thing you have to care about is the performance. And based off Jared Leto's performance, he's so freaking awesome. He's so freaking good. I mean, he's obviously torturing some guy when he's coming in. We see he's introduced by laughing, which is iconic. He comes in, really nice, good close-ups of his face, just saying that, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm just gonna hurt you really, really bad. Really awesome line, and it pretty much just cuts from there. Shows the official logo, which is kind of similar to the logos we've seen prior, but it's their own rendition, obviously. It's kind of crooked, and it has this really cool bullseye kind of skull-like thing instead of the iconic traditional comic book Suicide Squad logo. Really fucking awesome. The trailer overall, I liked a lot. There were some things I didn't like about it, obviously. If I had to get a little bit more critical, obviously, I saw it on bootleg, so I didn't get the full extent of what I really wanted out of Suicide Squad trailer. Hopefully, Warner Brothers officially releases it at some point, but knowing them, I'm pretty sure, seeing as how this is the first footage ever, I'm pretty sure they're just going to do the same thing they did last year at Comic-Con for how they did with Batman v Superman. So I don't really expect this to be official until maybe David Ayer shows it on his Twitter, or freaking Warner Brothers officially releases an actual teaser trailer when they're ready to do it. But that being said, there were things I didn't like. First off, I wasn't big on Will Smith's Deadshot performance. I mean, he looks cool, he looks awesome. I mean, we've seen Will Smith do action, and that's cool, but I didn't really buy him as Deadshot. I mean, and it's not really his performance, it's the way he delivers his lines. He says things that are really off-putting as a Deadshot kind of fan. There's a specific line, spoilers, there's a specific line where he's after he says something that's very Arrow-esque that they kind of joked about in Season 2 of Arrow. Spoilers if you haven't seen that, but he does a joke where it's this is a suicide, this is not a squad, this is the Suicide Squad or some shit. And then he says something else in another kind of scenario where he's when he's surrounded by the team, he's time to save the world. Where it's what? I mean, this is a team of villains. I mean, I know they're doing Suicide Squad missions where they're trying to do kind of good things, but I don't know. I just felt it felt like like a line that Will Smith would have said like in a Men in Black or like Bad Boys kind of movie. It's like that's not Deadshot, and I don't really think that's something he would say out loud. Maybe in his head or like when he's like I don't know. That being said, other things I really didn't like, the context I didn't really understand. I mean, like, of course it's just a teaser trailer, and this is the first ever footage we're getting from this movie, but because we have no context for what's happening on screen, it's kind of hard to follow the squad. I mean, like, the only thing that's like, as a not, if you were a non-fan, the only thing that's really keeping you driven in this trailer is pretty much the fact that this movie has a Harley Quinn, a cameo by Batman, and the Joker. Three things I really like in one. And that's pretty much it. There's not really anything else in this trailer that separates itself from a lot of other comic book movies, other than the fact that it's a movie about bad guys. Then, you know, because it's kind of simple. Like, it's like how David Ayer kind of introduced the trailer. He was like, this is not, it's time to cut the shit with the good versus evil. It's time to see bad versus evil. That's kind of like what he said at Comic-Con, and I liked his comments, but I just don't understand the context as to what the Suicide Squad's doing, why they're doing anything at all, you know, what kind of missions they're doing, you know, how that has any kind of global standard where they have to save the world, especially seeing as how if this is a sequel in the cinematic universe of movies, by now there's a Batman and there's a Superman, which I don't understand. But that being said, those are kind of like my only qualms with it. And also, if there was another qualm I had, there was not a lot of Harley Quinn and not a lot of Joker. And after seeing their performances, Margot Robbie and Jared Leto killed, and I would have loved to see more of that. That being said, love the trailer. I'm going to give it a good conservative rating. I'm going to give it a good 7.5. It was a good trailer. I don't think it was better than the Batman v Superman trailer. But based off all the trailers I've seen, I don't think anything actually dominated the Dawn of Justice trailer. But that's just me. That's just my subjective opinion. Let me know what you personally think in the comment section below. Did you see the Suicide Squad Comic-Con 2015 trailer, teaser trailer? Let me know in the comments below. What did you think about it? What do you think about Jared Leto's Joker performance in action? I personally loved it. I wish he was there to, like, so people can, like, kneel before him. Hopefully next year he shows up, for Comic-Con, and hopefully he actually shows up in Joker, you know, full Joker garb and just, like, kills at Comic-Con, kind of similar to how, like, Tom Hiddleston did. I doubt that would happen. I was hoping that would happen this year, but he didn't show up at all. But hopefully next year he does that, because if he did, I would lose my shit. I mean, I'm just saying, the performance, you know, the performance outweighs the look. And so far, I'm digging the freaking performance. The look, I'm still like, nah, but the performance, yes. That being said, let me know what you personally think in the comment section below. All things Suicide Squad. Subscribe to my channel if you've not done so already. And of course, be sure to check out my other Comic-Con videos that I've done so far. I've made some videos about the Batman v Superman trailer, and some other DC stuff. Now I'm going to be getting into some Marvel stuff later on. And of course, later in the week when Comic-Con officially is done, I will be doing some recaps of what happened for various panels. So let me know what you personally think about all things Comic-Con this year in the comments below. Subscribe again to my channel if you've not done so already. And this has been John 12.